My name's Cory. I'm recently released. I've been out roughly 4 months.
All right.
I am a ex-lifer. I'm going to be doing a poem that I wrote. It's called Senses of Addiction. I struggled with addiction for 20 years of my life.
I've been living at the Weingart Center since January 3rd of 2019. If the Weingart Center wasn't there when I came out, I probably would have went back to prison. I was introduced to criminality at a very, very young age. My aunts and uncles were criminals. My mother was a criminal. I'm 16 years old, 29 Palms, California. I murdered an innocent person. My life basically had spiraled almost completely out of control at that time. My addictions were through the roof. I was arrested at the age of 17, sentenced to 15 to life in prison as a juvenile. The culture of prison is extremely violent. For 10 years of my incarceration, that's pretty much what it was. It was me being a criminal, me being a gang member, me being a drug addict. 2012, the parole board likes to call it our aha moment. I remember walking up to my cell, it was 8 o'clock at night, and my ritual was every night at 8 o'clock I'd do a shot of heroin. And my cellie was 42 years old. And when I looked in, I seen myself, 26 years in prison, sitting there getting high, having no hope, no dreams, no aspirations, and I didn't want that. So I went into my cell and I told my cellie, I'm done. I'm not getting high anymore. That was the first person in my life that had ever shown me support. He told me that I can do it, that I can get clean and I can get out of prison. Today I'm working with the Anti-Recidivism Coalition. They offer a internship cohort. My daily tasks include answering letters from prison, sending responses out to the people who are currently incarcerated. I get calls from prison daily. Hey, how are these programs? How are those programs? I tend to recommend the Weingart because it's less restrictive than a lot of the other programs. And at the same time, it's more inclusive than a lot of the other programs. Here we don't have COs, we don't have parole officers walking around the halls like a lot of the other programs do. And because of where it's located, I mean, we're a bus ride from anywhere in LA County. The Weingart Center, it was a place for me to begin to develop trust in people again. Coming out of prison, it was hard to trust other people. And it was the openness of the staff there, the openness and acceptance.
Cory and I have collaborated on this project. A couple weeks ago, I offered a piece of music called Sept Papillon, which translates to 7 butterflies. And we talked about how a butterfly, in order to transform from a caterpillar to a butterfly, literally needs to engouge itself, eat itself up inside a cocoon, and to be reborn as a butterfly. And we talked about topics of the redemption and healing in that kind of context. Afterwards, Cory came up to me and said, I want to set my poems to this music. And listening to his words has actually completely shifted and changed the way I view this piece and view myself as a cellist. So I want to thank Cory for letting me share this moment with him.
It's the scent of vinegar only I can smell. I can see my reflection in the steel. With each cut, the pain seeps away.
This was one of the first times after my release where I was actually free and getting positive validation for something that I was doing. I feel that I have to be the voice at the Weingart Center because of how they've impacted my life. So I want to bring everybody that I can down here because if it worked for me, it's going to work for them.